John's in Chingford. John can help us out. John, what's a good deal?
Well, what we have now clearly isn't a good deal, because 17.4 million people decided it wasn't, and 16.14 million people voted for something other than that deal.
So what's better than what we've got?
David Cameron came back with.
I mean, I'm sure you're not just going will of the people, will of the people, will of the people, but we know that democracy can get get things wrong. So what's better than what we've currently got? What's the good deal?
Well, you've got to consider what we've got at the moment. 13 billion a year going in net contributions. And about $1 billion per annum in terms of the cost of EU migration, in terms of the services consumed by EU migrants. There's lots of figures around which back up the fact that migrants...
Well, that's just a lie, as you know. That EU migrants have been net contributors for the last 20 years. But just tell me about the new deal that's going to be better than the deal we've currently got. What's it going to look like? When she brings it to the British public and says, this is what we've negotiated, what's going to have you cheering from the rooftops in Chingford?
Well, it's going to have three elements to it, isn't it? It's going to have money. It's going to have control of our lawmaking process, not being subject to majority.
But these aren't negotiations, are they? These aren't things that she's going to be negotiating. These are just the sound bites that were used as slogans during the campaign.
You just had the claim from the Liberal Democrats, for example, that
so you're going to do that thing where you start having a conversation that I'm not part of. I'm asking really simple questions. Really. What's a good deal?
What's a good deal? Right, a good deal is free trade with our partners in Europe.
Well, we're not going to get that. We've already got it. It has to be better than what we've already got, John. I can't make this any clearer.
You're missing my point here.
Yes,
At the moment, we pay £13 billion a year to have that free trade deal, so it ain't free.
Yes, John. So you think that
£13 billion a year.
So a good deal would be one where the 27 other countries carry on paying to be single market members, but they tell us that we don't have to.
Well, we'll get it with something similar to the enhanced arrangement under the WTO, which is tariff-free.
Well, it's not tariff-free. You mean favoured nation status? That would put 9.4% on every car export, and I think you might be. I wouldn't want to accuse you of being wrong about anything. Like yes, and as you know, the German CBI has already said that protecting the single market is more important than avoiding tariffs on exports into the United Kingdom, but a regional trade arrangement.
The British CBI said staying in the EU was the best thing to do, but the country didn't agree with them.
No, you keep coming back to that. Everyone can count. So I've asked you what would be better than what we've currently got, and you've described free trade, which we've currently got. Unless you are suggesting
£13 billion a year bill.
Right. Oh, that's fine. I can put that on my list. So the 27 other EU countries. No, hang on, John. The 27 other EU countries are going to carry on paying to be members of the single market, but they're going to let us off.
We're not going to be members of the single market, James.
Oh, I thought you just said we were going to have free trade.
Yes, you can have free trade without having access, without being a member of the single market. You can have access to it.
Who has that without paying, John?
I'm not saying we won't pay something.
I'm sorry, but you did.
I expect it to be a lot less than £13 billion a year.
So the 27 other countries are going to carry on paying a lot more than we do for exactly the same deal, and they're going to sign off on that, are they, mate?
The single market isn't the only thing that our contributions go towards.
But it's the only thing you've mentioned.
Yes. No, it isn't the only thing I mentioned.
So what else have you mentioned?
You said that we have free access at the moment. We don't have free access. It costs us...
It's the only thing you've mentioned. What are we going to get that's better than what we've got?
Okay, we're going to get a 200-mile or median line border on our own fishing ground.
Yes! Fishing!
Yes, I mentioned fishing, didn't I?
Yep, that's it. That's all you got.
Go to Hull, go to Immingham, go to Cornwall, go to the western coast of Scotland, and you ask the fishermen whether they think that's an important thing that would be better than what we have now.
And in Chingford, it influenced your vote because...
No, what influenced my vote was where the European Union...
Come on, I can't. I try my hardest.
The European Union wants to go down...
You carry on, John. So I've got this thing, right, and it's going to be brilliant, but you're not allowed to mention fishing because that makes you sound stupid. All right, free market, single market, money, payments, tariffs, net migration, none of that works, John. I'm live on the radio. I've got to come up with something good. No, I'm sorry. I've only got fishing.